Bleacher Report, who, take that as you will, has urged the Pittsburgh Steelers to go out and make one more addition to their 53-man roster, and that is former Las Vegas Raider and Seattle Seahawks guard Gabe Jackson, who they believe is the perfect backup to Isaac Seumalo and James Daniels this season. Quote, given the success of the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line under position coach Jeff Stoutland, it's not a bad idea just to poach former Eagles offensive linemen. However, Nate Herbig suffered a shoulder injury during training camp. While he seems to be trending in the right direction, it also exemplifies how important it is to have depth on the offensive line. Gabe Jackson could help provide more of that. The 32-year-old is getting up there in years, but he has started at least 15 games in each of the last 3 seasons. Last year, he allowed only 2 sacks for the Seattle Seahawks, according to PFF. 32 years old, has started his entire career, right? All but one game, you said just a couple of minutes ago. At this point, the Steelers have Nate Herbig, and then they kept Spencer Anderson, made 2 moves right at the roster deadline to get rid of some guard depth. I mean, you look at this move, you look at the urgency. Do you agree or do you disagree?
I think there is something to be said for the Steelers needing a little bit more depth along the offensive line, after trading 2 guys away. But I'm not sure it's as pressing as this kind of makes it out to be. If you can get a guy I think Gabe Jackson is a good player, super durable. Like you said, only gave up 2 sacks last year. Those are impressive numbers. But I don't know if they really need, another guard. I don't think Nate Herbig's injury is serious at all. And I get it. Offensive, the trenches are a meat grinder and, anything can happen. But I don't know. There's nothing really to indicate that the Steelers or the offensive line is, injury prone or anything or like that. I'm not. I mean, the 2 guys who like Kevin Dotson was the one who.
Yeah, he was the injury guy.
Yeah, and now he's out of there. So I don't I'm not super concerned with the depth there, the threat of injury. So I don't think this is super necessary. I mean, if you were thinking about a cosmetic, addition to the 53-man roster, yeah, I guess this would work. This would probably make sense, but I don't think it's super necessary.
Yeah, I kind of look at it like, why would you get rid of Kevin Dotson and Kendrick Green just to say, oh, well, we need more offensive line depth?
Yeah.
Because at that point, you were sold on Spencer Anderson enough to make those moves. You viewed Nate Herbig as the guy behind Seumalo and James Daniels. And I don't think that you're making that move. I don't think that you're getting rid of Kevin Dotson if you don't believe Nate Herbig is going to be ready for the season, and that shoulder injury isn't such a huge deal. So I just don't know why you'd go out and sign somebody else if you're just sold on what you have right now. And on top of that, Gabe Jackson, I don't know what he's looking for. And this deep into the year, it's hard to say that he's going to get a starting job somewhere, but I doubt he's looking to be the 3rd guy, and that's what he's going to be. Nate Herbig is their backup. They feel really good about Nate Herbig as that 2nd guy. He's only 25 years old, so there's no point in saying, oh, well, let's bring in an experienced guy. No, build Nate Herbig. This is what you do. And what do you get? You're not going to get rid of Spencer Anderson. So at that point, you're going back to where they were before cuts, which was probably get rid of Dylan Cook, add Gabe Jackson, make Spencer Anderson that all-around guy, which is not ideal, and everybody's acknowledged that's not ideal. And then Gabe Jackson is your 4th interior offensive lineman. Just, just kind of puts you back to where you were, and I don't think the Steelers were looking for that.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. It's a little bit redundant. It feels like a move that they would have made already. If they actually felt like they needed. I think there is an argument for, okay, Kevin Dotson. I guess Kevin Dotson was pretty good, but trading away Kendrick Green, you're just not happy with his performance. You get a draft pick back, and then you upgrade with a Gabe Jackson. But yeah, like you said, I think that just brings them back to square one. They've already, I think they're very settled in with the rotation that they got and the guys that they got. I just don't. This feels like extra effort for something that they don't really need.
Yeah, exactly. I think at this point, people are just trying to come up with whatever they could possibly come up with. But why are you, why are you trying to? Don't add a move to a team that feels pretty set in stone. There's just no need to. There's no need to make adjustments just to make adjustments. And it also shows that a lot of people don't pay attention to the Pittsburgh Steelers as well as maybe some other teams. And as a national media standpoint, like that's tough to do, is to say that I'm going to pay attention to every team in a deep dive and understand everybody. But if you spent about a week around the Pittsburgh Steelers in the last month, you'd understand that they are real confident in Spencer Anderson and they want that guy to develop into something. And on top of that, like Nate Herbig's just their dude, like he's been their guy since the second he signed. There's just no need to continue to add pieces to the puzzle on a team that they already believe is finished.